So first of all, I would like to ask you, do you love and cherish your Quran?
Yeah, let me be honest with you. That to an extent where we should be actually doing it, I honestly am not. But I'm in the journey of,
You're in the journey?
yep,
Have you read the Quran?
yep,
Alright. So according to the Quran, do you know what are the previous scriptures that Allah revealed to other prophets except the Quran that was revealed to Prophet Muhammad? What you believe?
yep. The Torah, the Gospel, um,
Zabur?
we Zabur we call it, yeah. So Psalms to David,
And
some scripture to Abraham.
yes, sir. Scriptures to Abraham as well, that's correct. Well, you read
Yep.
the Quran, that's like very nice, my friend. I love that. And according to the Quran, if Muhammad is in doubt, if so, it's a hypothetical, question. So if Muhammad is doubting, Allah is giving some instructions to Muhammad in order how to clarify these doubts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. So, for example, if there's like a legislation, you can say that was passed on to Moses, to Jesus, same thing that was being passed on to Muhammad, right? The Jews were trying to go against it, saying, it's not in our doctrine, whereas Allah was revealing in the Quran that yes, it is in their doctrine, they're just denying it, or they're, abrogating it. So the Quran again and again it emphasizes that it's the same thing written in these previous scriptures. They're just denying it.
Nope, Quran is never denying the previous scriptures. It's actually confirming the previous scriptures, and it's saying that they are containing the guidance and the light. For example, I can show you the verses where the Quran says that in the Torah there is the guidance in the light, and I can show you the verses where it's commanding Christians to judge according to what they have. So if they do not judge according to what they have, and Christians have the Injil, then they are considered to be amongst the losers. But that was not my question. I asked you, according to the Quran, do you know if Muhammad is doubting? So I will read you this verse. This is Yunus, ayat 94. So chapter 10, verse 94. And it says, if you are in doubt about that we have revealed to you, then ask those who read the scripture before you. The truth has certainly come to you from your Lord, so do not be one of those who doubt. So here in this Quranic verse, Allah is talking to Muhammad and he is saying to him, if you are in doubt. So if Muhammad is doubting, Allah is giving some instructions to Muhammad how to clarify these doubts. What he is telling Muhammad to do in case any doubts arise.
hmm So normally, the biggest challenge, I guess. So I'm gonna give this to you on a layman level, only because I'm studying this. When you take the translation straight on as it is from individual verses, you never get into deep into what the context behind the verse is. So for someone like me who doesn't have a grip on the Arabic language, doesn't understand theology as well, what we do is we reference to tafsir, exegesis, right? So for example, if I was to come to you with verses from the Bible, I never quote the Bible. Even if I was to, Google on, okay, give me some contradictions on the Bible, my honesty with you would be is I would never quote those verses only because I don't understand the context, the historical facts behind it, right? So normally, once I've had this conversation with a lot of people, especially a guy from Poland. You won't be able to get the right answers from every layman person out there, only because let me be honest with you in one more thing. We kind of accepted religion based on face value of it, right? Okay, you're born in a Muslim household, you're born in a Christian household. These are our values. It was given to us traditionally from our forefathers, and it's something we've kept on to or held on to, right? So before, like I said, if I am to give you any answers from my perspective, 100% I could be wrong. So my teacher says, in order to answer something from the Quran, you need to answer from the Quran. Like explain the Quran from the Quran, not from your own perspective, not what you know based on, general knowledge. Even the Quran says, there's a verse in Surah Isra, it's chapter 17, right? That if you're not firm, if you don't know exactly uh, the knowledge base, right? If you don't understand the context, do not quote anything. First, seek your knowledge, then have these, discussions with people because you don't want to astray people, right? You want to guide people.
Is Islam only for Arabs?
No, it's for all of humankind.
So non-Arab people can read the Quran as well, correct?
Yes, I can.
All right. Is the Quran claiming that it's clear book, that it contains clear instructions?
Yep.
Can we try to break down this verse? It's rather simple. Here it's Allah talking to your prophet and he is instructing him in order that he has any doubts. So it's very simple. We don't have to need to know the Arabic language. I am reading on Quran.com. This is your own Muslim translation. So I didn't translate the Quran. This is what your Muslim scholars did in order to get closer to English speaking people. So this is something legit to read the Quran in English so we can understand it, my brother. Yes, we can check the tafsirs, but if the tafsirs are saying something different than what the Quran has to say, I would not accept the word of the man over the word of the Quran. So my friend, I can show you like a beating drum that Quran is over and over and over again confirming and inviting people to read the scriptures. So according to this, so let me read it again. Please pay attention. It's very simple. If you are in doubt about the stories that we have revealed to you, then ask those who read the scriptures before you. The truth has certainly come to you from your Lord, so do not be of one of those who doubt. So let me just ask you some very simple question. If, for example, I tell you, yesterday I was at market around noon and go ask Marco. And Marco will certainly confirm that I am telling you the truth. And if you go and ask Marco if I was at the market yesterday at around noon, and if he confirms that I was, you would know that I was telling the truth, correct?
Yep. No contradictions.
Yeah, no contradictions, my friend. But that has to mean for the opposite way as well. If you go and ask Marco, was I at the market yesterday around noon, and Marco says no, he was not here, that would mean that I was not telling the truth, correct?
Yep.
Well, my friend, we have the same situation here. Quran is giving instructions to Muhammad to clarify doubts, to ask people who are reading the scripture before him. So we have like stories in the chapter 10 around about different prophets. So, for example, if Muhammad wanted to check something that he received about Moses or Musa, and if he would go and ask the Jews and the people who read the scriptures before him, and if he confirms and match the stories, that would mean that Quran is actually telling the truth, right? And in a case that Quran is not matching the stories, that means that Quran is false, right?
Yeah, so for example, if Muhammad is being told that, go to the Jews and Christians and, uh, just tell them what was in past books, right? We're giving the same doctrine to you again. And it's confirming, right, what was in the previous scriptures. The problem is that they went back to them saying, it's not in our scriptures. And again, the Quran is emphasizing on the point that you don't need to be in doubt, right? What we're telling you is the truth. And the things we're telling you, yes, they've been in the previous scriptures. The problem is the Jews and the Christians, they've changed stuff in the scriptures. I'm sure the Quran gives out pointers on, how the Jews and the Christians actually mixed up things in the
Can you
scripture.
show me?
That
I can show you like tons of verses. For example, I can read for you another verse which will say so you said that you would like to get the answer from the Quran. So I will say to you that you are saying folly right now. Quran never says that the previous scriptures are corrupted. So I will read you another verse. The same like
do,
this.
do you
I
do
will give you
you
the answer from the Quran. I will just show you that you're saying folly. So this is chapter 16, verse 43. I will read you chapter 16, 43 to 44. We did not send messengers before you, a prophet, except mere men inspired by us. If you polytheists do not know this already, then ask those who have the knowledge of the scriptures. We send them with clear proofs of divine books, and we have sent down to you, O prophet, the reminder, so that you may explain to people what has been revealed for them, and perhaps they will reflect. So here again is talking to Muhammad, and so we did not send the messengers before you, O prophet, except mere men inspired by us. And he's saying, polytheists, if you don't believe this, ask those people who have the knowledge of the scriptures. So again, is inviting people to check with people who have the knowledge about the scriptures. So again, Quran is like a beating drum, is inviting people to check the scriptures. And for example, Quran is claiming that Muhammad was prophesied in the Bible, like he is written by the name in the Torah and in the Injil, and we cannot find his name nowhere. He is not to be found, my friend. And please show me one verse. I can show you like 100 verses in the Quran. We can go like verse by verse. I can show you more than 100 verses right now in the Quran where it's Quran saying that the scriptures are good as gold, that people have them between their hands and they are supposed to judge according to the scriptures. It would say that people would try to change with their tongues what the scriptures are saying, or that they would write down the books claiming that they are from the Allah, selling them for the small gains. But that doesn't mean that the previous scriptures have been corrupted. So I can take the pen and the paper and I can write the message, and I can claim that this message that I am writing right now is from the Allah. That message that I am writing is not affecting the Quran. Quran is still remaining intact. So please, brother, since you raised up the point that Quran is telling that the previous scriptures are corrupted, please bring me the verse and we can break it down to see if you're really telling the truth. Can you show me one verse?
Right.
Let's go.
Okay,
And
so
just to like remind you, if even you are able to show me the verse, that's going to be bad for your Quran, because I can show you 100 verses where Quran is confirming previous scriptures. So if you show me the verse where it's Quran saying that the previous scriptures are corrupted, that would mean that this is a contradiction, my friend, because Quran is confirming over and over again the previous scriptures. Hopefully you understand
right.
this. But let us
Yeah,
break down the verse that you have showing that the previous scriptures are corrupted. Let us break it down. Show me the verse.
right. So it's chapter 3, verse 78.
1 second.
Yep.
All right, do you want to read it?
I mean, you're more than welcome to.
You want me to read it?
Yep.
All right.
Since you read text based on face value and you get the point. So I guess, once you read it.
Did I misrepresent something until now?
No, you're doing absolutely fine.
So actually, 1 second. I will not read this on Quran.com. I will read this on Quran.x, because the translation on Quran.com is being distorted. It's saying some different stuff. As you know, the English translations can be English translations can be like changed, and I know this because I read a lot of Quran, my friend. So I'll read it and on
Let
QuranX.com.
me ask you this. So first you reference a verse, you read a translation on Quran.com.
This is
You
now
mentioned this to me
Quran.
that this is from our scholars, and
Yes,
now
and
you're
this is now
using a different
Quran
website.
X. Check it out.
No, so
This is now
what I'm saying
QuranX.com.
is this
Brother,
not
relax,
contradiction?
relax, relax, relax. This is still your own Muslim site.
No, I'm
QuranX.com.
saying why
Check,
not read
it's
from the
in
previous
Pakistan,
website
brother.
just like you did before? Are you not
Relax,
contradicting yourself?
relax, relax. You Muslims like to change the translations of the Quran because you want to make it
You
say.
just said yourself you believe this only because you said
Relax,
yourself our
relax,
scholars
relax.
did
So
it.
you don't agree with QuranX.com?
Let's stick to Quran.com.
Okay, let's stick to the Quran.com. You say that
Just
Quran
so you
X.
don't
So
contradict
1 second.
yourself.
QuranX.com is not good for you, correct?
No, not good for me. No.
Not good for you. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
That means a lot to
Yep.
me, because that means that you Muslims are totally dishonest and you cannot be trusted. Let's go back to the Quran. So you
The
said
trust
what
part is
verse?
from you. I mean, you're
No,
quoting
you are
something from
totally,
the
totally
side
dishonest, my
first, and you're
friend. I
saying,
will
I
read
believe
it
in
on the
this.
Quran. One
Now you're
second.
contradicting yourself. But then
No,
again, you get okay. Let's go with
brother. You
cronx.com.
can find me on
I'm
YouTube.
happy to go with that as well.
You can find me on YouTube, brother. You can find me on YouTube. I will publish this conversation. I have nothing to hide. Nothing.
No problem. No problem.
I will read this conversation, and this is totally dishonest conversation. I will read this verse, and this is dishonest translation. There are some among them who distort the book with their tongues to make you think, okay, yeah, I see what this is. Bro, you're sure about this verse? Okay. There are some among them who distort the book with their tongues to make you think this distortion is from the book, but is not what the book says. They say it's from Allah, but it's not from Allah, and so they attribute lies to Allah knowingly. So there is some people who will distort the book with their tongues. They would say some things. They would say like some stuff that there is not in the book, and they would say this is from Allah. That doesn't mean that the Quran, the Bible is changed. No, this verse is not saying that, my friend. I thought that you're bringing some other verse when
I
if
have multiple verses. This is
all right.
just one of the
So
first.
are you agree? Are you agree that this is not the verse claiming that the previous scriptures are corrupted?
So
So
again,
one second.
it's a
378
wholesome.
is
Could you
378.
can you
Okay.
answer? Let me answer because that's why it's a wholesome conversation. This is not like it just happened once. If you know about Muhammad, peace be upon him, his history, right? He was in Medina for 10 years. Jews and a lot of people from different tribes, they were in Medina trying to learn and understand what was going on. And back and forth, as you know, revelation came in the years to come. It was a back and forth conversation on what was happening, what's happening with these people. And so again, I'm gonna give you another verse. It's in
So
chapter 2.
one second, brother. Before you bring another verse, do you
Yeah,
agree that this verse, first one that you brought up, is not actually saying that the previous scriptures are corrupted?
it's pointing towards that.
No,
I'm just
no.
about to bring the other verse.
Let us break down the verse and show me. Stop me when it's saying that the book has been changed, that the scriptures have been changed. Stop me when you hear it. There are some among them who distort the book with their tongues to make you
It,
think this is distortion. This distortion is from the book. So if I,
mhm.
for example, talk about the Quran and I distort the verses with my tongue, is this meaning that the Quran has been changed?
Right. It doesn't.
It doesn't mean that the
Yep.
Quran has been changed. So if these people who are talking about the book and they are distorting the verses with their tongues, is this mean that Quran is saying that this book has been changed or no?
Do you want me to give you the verse, or do you just want to stick to this statement for now?
Before you give me
Yeah, you're
another
right.
verse,
I mean,
before
yeah,
you
in the link. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
before you give me another verse, let us finish because you brought up this verse to show me that this verse is showing that the book is corrupted. But this verse is not saying this. It's saying that people would change the verses with their tongues and they will distort the meaning. This doesn't
Yeah.
imply that the books are being changed, correct?
Yep.
All right, let us go to another verse.
Okay. So now it's chapter 2, verse 79.
All right, 79. So woe to those who destroy the scriptures with their own hands and then say this is from the Allah, seeking a fleeting gain. So woe to them for what their hands have written, and woe to them for what they have earned. So this is the something that I already addressed. I already
No.
addressed that Quran is
So
saying.
woe to those who write from their own hands. So it's like a book written from their own hands, distorted.
Okay, so my friend, I can take the pen. You see, this is the pen, right? I can
Hmm.
take the pen. I can take like a book, and I can
Yeah.
take and I can write here the message, and I can write the message here, and I can claim that this is message from the Allah, from the
Yeah.
Allah. This message that I have here written with my bare hands. Is
Hmm.
Quran changed?
So let me ask you this. When we talk about scriptures in today's time, are you
One
saying
second.
for sure
Before you ask me that, please tell me if I write now the book with my bare hands, if I claim that they are from the
if you
Allah, is
definitely write
Quran
the
changed?
Quran yourself, I guess you're gonna get it wrong.
Can you tell me honestly? Does this verse
Yeah,
says that,
you're gonna get it wrong. I'm sure our scholars won't, but definitely you and I, we would get it wrong.
brother? So this verse, can you please tell me, does this verse really says that the previous scriptures are being corrupted?
Yeah, anything that they had in their hands, Allah is clearly saying that they wrote it from their own hands and they had it distorted.
Brother, I love you so much. Thank you for the content for my channel. There is a point where like I do not appreciate the dishonesty anymore. So clearly, this verse is not saying that the previous scriptures are being changed. You can believe whatever you want to believe. I love you. I respect you, and that's why I'm doing this. Because if you continue to follow the Muhammad, you will end up in the fiery lake, and I don't wish that for you, my friend. I wish that you are saved. That's why I'm doing this. I wish that you accept Jesus Christ for the Son of God, who he is, and by this you will get saved. You only need to give heart to Jesus Christ and to believe truly who he is, my friend. So if you're not going to be honest with your own text, I'll have nothing to talk to you anymore, my friend. Honestly and respectfully towards you, my friend. Hopefully you understand.
Absolutely, man.
Follow me on YouTube, my brother. Check it out, and thank you so much for this conversation.
No problem, man. You have a good one, right?
You too.